Today is 6th September, Trayodasi Tithi, Srila Prabhu Bhaktivinoda Thakur's appearance day as half a day fast. And Sunday, the 7th September, is Ananta Chaturdashi Brata, disappearance of Srila Haridas Thakur, Sri Vishwarup Mahotsav, and Sannyasi acceptance of Srila Prabhupada. Beginning of 3rd Chaturmas month, milk fast for 1 month is coming from tomorrow. So, Hare Krishna, welcome to Krishna Katha Saturday with Charu. For over 25 years, we have been sharing Krishna's timeless wisdom every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. I'm your host, Charu Chaitanya Dasa. Today we honor one of the most luminous personalities in Gaudiya Vaishnava history, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, whose appearance day we celebrate with reverence and joy. This great spiritual reformer reignited the pure flame of bhakti during an age when Lord Chaitanya's teachings had been distorted by various misconceptions. Our journey continues expanding beyond the airwaves with you, with our new channel called YouTube channel is Path of Bliss, Melbourne, and we try to put it into the sound with the radio. We will be connect with the Path of Bliss as well. Let's see what will happen, how Krishna wants. So the Mahamantra, 16 sacred words that have uplifted hearts for centuries. So let us chant Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm not sure what I'm going to play, but let's see how Krishna wants.
Keshavam Krishna Damodaram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. You are listening Hare Krishna morning program, and accept my apology for I don't know what is the machine is doing. I'm trying my best to glorify our today's highlights is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is our one of the acharya in the line of Vaishnava understanding Krishna and Radharani. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the divine reformer, we are fortunate to hear from the many people we have heard from the different devotees and Srila Prabhupada also. So today we offer our heartfelt respect on the divine appearance day of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the great spiritual luminary who reintroduced the pure birth of bhakti to a world clouded by confusion and materialism. He born at 1838 in Bengal. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was not an ordinary personality. In his eternal spiritual identity, he is known as Kamala Manjari, a confidential maidservant of Srimati Radharani, serving in the groves of Vrindavan with loving devotion. This hidden truth reveals why his writing carries such deep spiritual intimacy and sweetness. As a householder, magistrate and scholar, Bhaktivinoda Thakur achieved what even renunciates struggle for. He balanced worldly duties with an oceanic commitment to spiritual practice. He wrote it about over 100 devotional works, including the revival of long-lost scriptures like the Jaiva Dharma, Harinam Chintamani, and translation of Lord Chaitanya's teachings. His greatest gift to this world was the revival of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's original mission at a time when many distorted sects had polluted the name of Bhakti. He boldly preached pure devotional service rooted in the teachings of the Goswamis. If you go back to the 1400, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, in 1500, the 6 Goswamis appeared, and then they have started instructions from the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they have done enormous service for re-establish Krishna consciousness in this planet at the 3 places actually. It is not only one place, it's Vrindavan, Navadvip and Benares. These 3 places, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's legacy was a spreading by these 6 Goswamis. After that, after many years, when 1800, Bhaktivinoda Thakur appeared, it is almost lost, the Vaishnavism. People thinking about this is very poor people's follower or believers. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is magistrate by the British government, and he was the same time the Vaishnava number 1. He used to go to them in a court with a tilak on his forehead. His chanting bead always carry with him. And the British, they were very, very straightforward with him, because whenever any case comes to him, to the court, he used to handle it in as fast as possible. Not you go to the court and they want to carry this, earning more and more money by going, not today is not the last day, we'll talk about it next 4 weeks or next 3 months time. But he used to fix the problem with the general criminals, or any issue is in the court is always issue about me and mine. And he used to fix it within 20 minutes to half an hour, and that's it. So, one of his most significant contribution was the discovery of the actual birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Sri Mayapur, guided by divine vision, deep research and unwavering faith, he identified the very spot where the Lord appeared, which today stand as a global heart of Gaudiya Vaishnava devotion, Yoga Pit. If you are fortunate to had gone there, or you're planning to go there, please do not miss. If you are in West Bengal near Calcutta, you should visit. This is about 4 hours driving from Calcutta city. When he was looking for the spot, for where is the exact spot, because think about it, 400 years past, and then the Ganges, the flow of the Ganges, even if it changed the course of the Ganges, which is going to meet the ocean, and then Bay of Bengal is going to the way it's going. Even that Navadvip, means 9 island, was almost disappeared. We don't know where is the exact position. And he was gone through all the manuscript and all the possible location, and then one day he found it. He also introduced the Namahatta movement. Namahatta means nowadays we call Bhakti Vriksha, is extended part of the Namahatta, known as the marketplace of the holy name, making Harinam Sankirtan accessible to every corner of society, whether a farmer, whether the teacher, whether or if you are a laborer, all the people can access to this facility which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants it. His life exemplified the teachings, the true renunciation is internal. He lives as a humble servant of Sri Chaitanya and Sri Radharani, while fulfilling his worldly responsibilities as a district magistrate, father, and the community leader. In doing so, he gave the world the blueprint of how to live spiritually in this material world while preparing for our eternal destination. Let us offer our obeisance with his sacred pranam mantra. If you can, we'll go slowly. If you can, please utter the mantra. Nama Bhaktivinodaya Satchid Ananda Namine Gaura Sakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. What is the meaning of this? Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Sakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who embodies eternal truth, consciousness and bliss. He is the manifestation of the divine potency of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the most prominent follower in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami. Once, if I not mistake, there is a newspaper called Amrita Bajar, and that newspaper started with the writing English. Now it is they change it to the Bangla and English as well. But the prominent person who started, the Sisir Kumar Ghosh, he's also a Vaishnava. He wrote also excellent the reality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. He's a great scholar as well. He once said in the newspaper, he wrote it, that the 6 Goswamis who had given us this opportunity of understanding Radha and Krishna, now that same legacy, and he put it, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as the 7th Goswamis in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's legacy. So we are so fortunate. Today is, of course, appearance day. In his own words, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writing, "Let me not desire anything but the service of the divine couple, Sri Radha Krishna, in the mood of the Brajavasis, birth after birth. Let me be the dust under the feet of their devotees." On this sacred day, let us pray to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur to bless us with the desire to chant purely, to serve selflessly, and to become humble instrument in Mahaprabhu's movement of divine love. I'm going to play wonderful, but the divine blessings, we have got something can be distributed and be glorified, isn't it? You are listening to the Vani FM 88.9, the Hare Krishna morning program. In the Bhagavad Gita, at 4.34, Krishna instructed us how to approach a guru. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. As we have mentioned many times, this approach is not only recommended towards a guru but any devotee who is senior to us. If we want to take advantage of his presence or her presence and benefit from his association, we are advised to conduct ourselves in this way: inquire and render humble service, performing menial service will help us to cultivate humility towards our seniors, and thus we will be in the right frame of mind to eagerly hear about his life or her life. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is one of the example of how he was very humble. Unless we have a humble attitude towards a person, it is very difficult to hear from him. With an arrogant attitude, hearing can become a torture. The mind will always object and criticize. Why is he saying this now? I know so much more on this topic than he does. The more we serve in humility, the more we want to hear from him or her. This is the out-track of the bhakti. And the more we hear from him, the more we want to offer service. The two aspects enhance each other like a spiritual, like a spiral leading upwards. When we offer humble service to a senior person, he will feel indebted and obliged to offer something in return. He will want to give something back. In fact, it is the duty to do. Srila Prabhupada explains that point in the purport of the wives gives her sincere service to the husband, and he become indebted to her because one cannot accept service from his subordinate without giving him something in exchange. The spiritual master cannot accept service from a disciple without awarding him his spiritual instructions. This is the reciprocation of love and duty. Not only do we find this principle between husband and wife or guru and disciple, but also between a senior and junior devotees. One is not even entitled to accept personal service unless one offer upliftment in return. Otherwise, we are cheating. We are accepting service without delivering the goods in return. Then accepting service becomes sense gratification. If a devotee serves us, it becomes our duty to uplift him in order to help him move forward in the spiritual life. This help may appear in the form of instructions, correction, chastisement, encouragement, inspiration, or other means of elevation. However, we have to offer something in return. I remember one person sharing how she studied astrology under the guidance of an expert Indian astrologer in Delhi. His first lesson was to render humble service to him, to heat up water in the morning for his bath, clean his room, and so forth. It was a very important part of the entire training. To offer menial service to her teacher in order to cultivate humility. Such practice may very well be mistaken as abuse when viewed with mundane vision. Then after quite some time, he imparted knowledge to her, which then fell on fertile grounds. Therefore, inquisitiveness has to go together with serving in submission. We cannot demand to receive knowledge freely. If a teacher imparts knowledge to a proud person, the student can very easily misuse it, even against the teacher, considering himself to be more elevated than the teacher. The example from the Srimad Bhagavatam of the demon Brikasura comes to mind, who received a benediction from the Lord Shiva to make anyone's head vanished simply by touching it. Although this was awarded by Lord Shiva, And the cunning fellow wanted to make an experiment of the power of the touching the head of the Lord Shiva. So he immediately tried to use his empowerment against the person who awarded to him. This is material life. We receive the benediction and empowerment from the somebody, and immediately we backstab him and use it against him, just surpasses him. This is envy. Now, I'm not going to go through all this lower quality of what we are facing every day in our life, but to exemplify the great acharyas like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, what he did it. He was, he's a great writer, he wrote more than 100 books, and he's a great singer and composer, writer, you just name it. He is excellent personalities. And whenever he goes to the very, very poor people's home, it doesn't matter, he goes to the rich people home, and then the middle class and the lower class and the very poor people. And what he started doing there is asking, who can sing? Everyone, nobody raised their hand, and nobody said, and in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, nobody liked to sing. Then he identified among the 20 or 30 people is sitting and singing with him as Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And he realized that one person is singing. He said, he stopped his leading the part. He said, now you start. So he was so simple and encouraging people to come to closer to get the taste of the Mahamantra. So I like to glorify Bhaktivinoda Thakur as a pure Vaishnava.
Ohe Vaishnava Thakur, Dayaro Sagoru, Edashe Kuru. Vaishnava Thakur, Dayaro Sagoru, Edashe Koruna Kori. Diya Pado Chaya, Shodha He Amaye, Tomaro Charan Dhari. Ogo Diya Pado Chaya, Shodha He Amaye, তোমারো চরণ ধরে। ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর, দয়ার সাগর, হে দাসে করুণা করে। বসেছি সঙ্গে ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর, দয়ার সাগর, হে দাসে করুণা করে। নাহি পায় বল হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে, ওগো একাকী তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধারে ওগো তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধারে ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ালো সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমারও শক্তি আছে ও কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমারও শক্তি আছে আমি তো কামার কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ভাই তব কাছে পাছে ওগো আমি তো কামার কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ভাই তব কাছে পাছে ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি দিয়া পদ ছায়া শোধ হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি।
Join the fun at the Wyndham Learning Festival, which celebrates its 10th year. From the 1st to the 7th of September, over 100 free events will take place across Wyndham, from hands-on cooking and cultural workshops to dance, yoga, history and self-care. There's something for all ages, interests and abilities.
Hare Krishna, you are listening Hare Krishna morning program. I'm trying my best to glorify Srila Prabhupada's mission. We can also hear collections of how disciple of Srila Prabhupada would search for some insignificant little personal service. Now these are the things why I am sharing with you, because it will help us for our journey back to Godhead. This is the way we can understand what is Krishna consciousness. Such a simple and insignificant services can help us to come close to the Krishna. As having the shoes ready for Prabhupada to sleep into at the perfect time when he was coming to put them on, every day the devotee would be there to get the shoes ready for Srila Prabhupada. This would be his little service to him. Very sweet and personal. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 80, Sandipani Muni says to Krishna, Balaram and Sudama the same thing. Now see, where is the Krishna, Balaram, Sudama and Sandipani Muni, and that the same legacy can be done today. We can do it. So Srila Prabhupada is telling to his disciple, my dear boy, it is very wonderful that you have suffered so much trouble for me. Everyone likes to take care of his body as the first consideration, but you are so good and faithful to your Guru that without caring for bodily comforts, you have taken so much trouble for me. I am glad to see that bona fide students like you will undergo any kind of trouble for the satisfaction of the spiritual master. That is the way for a bona fide disciple to become free from his debt to the spiritual master. It is the duty of this disciple and to dedicate his life to the service of the spiritual master. My dear best of the twice born, I am greatly pleased by your acts, and I bless you May all your desire and ambition be fulfilled. May the understanding of the Vedas which you have learned from me always continue to remain within your memory, so that at every moment you can remember the teachings of Veda and quote them instructions without difficulty. Thus you will never be disappointed in this life or the next life. What a beautiful prayers. The instructions come from the Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is, once Srila Prabhupada was in, if I'm not mistaken, I think in America. Yes, he was writing and in his room, and one of his disciples was serving him, and also Srila Prabhupada also make ready for the printing for the next book and the next book like this, and this person is looking after Srila Prabhupada's the requirements. So one day he was reading Srila Prabhupada's book. Also he was reading Bhaktivinoda Thakur's books as well. So he just want to know how Srila Prabhupada will act, what the action comes. So the young boy, is Prabhupada's disciple, is asking, Prabhupada, I think Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a great writer. Srila Prabhupada take his specs out and looking at the boy. He didn't say first anything. And after second time, after 5 minutes, the boy says something about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Immediately Srila Prabhupada stopped his everything, and he eye to eye looking at the boy and saying, yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a great scholar. In my book, whatever it is, mercy from the Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'm getting so many inspiration from his book. So, today we dive deeper into the understanding of who Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur truly is, not merely a historical figure, but as an eternal spiritual personality whose service continues in the transcendental realm. In the confidential spiritual realm, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is known as a Kamala Manjari, one of the assistant maidservant to the Ashtasakis in the Vrajalila. As a Manjari, he offers delicate service such as preparing flower ornaments and garlands for the Sri Radharani, arranging her secret meeting with Sri Krishna, soothing her heart in moments of divine separation, singing sweet songs and glorifying her beauty and love. These Manjaris never desire union with Krishna themselves, but are wholly devoted to serving Sri Radha's happiness. This selfless service mood flows through every word of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song and writing. Beyond his eternal identity, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's contribution to our material world were revolutionary. Literally, he composed bhajans and remained at the heart of the Gaudiya devotional practice. Songs like Gopinath, Hari, He Dayal, Mod, Shuddha Bhakata, so many songs, it's not only one. At a time when various Sahajiya and other deviant and distorted Chaitanya's teachings, he provided crystal clear explanation of Siddhanta, spiritual conclusion, based on the Shastra and the writings of 6 Goswamis. And he was perhaps the first acharya to present Krishna consciousness in a way that could be understood and practiced by educated modern society, bridging ancient wisdom with contemporary understanding. So his Namahatta accept was revolutionary. Instead of requiring people to renounce everything and live in temples, he created the marketplace where anyone could purchase the holy name through sincere chanting. His This made Krishna consciousness accessible to householders, farmers, merchants, everyone, students, you just name it. Anybody can join, and this by his blessings. How many millions of people are interested of chanting the Mahamantra? And Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is the founder acharya of this Hare Krishna movement, he proved that his dream, whose dream? Bhaktivinoda Thakur's dream. He born in 1835, but his actual work started in 1870. By his mercy, we are glorifying Krishna. And Charu Chaitanya Dasa humbly reminding you, just as Bhaktivinoda Thakur served as a Kamala Manjari in the eternal pastimes, and we too can aspire to become humble servants in the great chain of devotional service. Please tune in next Saturday, 8 a.m. Win FM 88.9 for more Krishna Katha. Subscribe Path of Bliss, Melbourne. Until we meet again, keep chanting with the devotional mood exemplified by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, approaching Krishna not with pride in our qualification, but with humble dependence on his causeless mercy. Jai Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gaura ki jai, Jai Gaur Premanande, Hare Krishna.